All right, we are live, right? Okie dokie. So the website still doesn't work, but I thought we give it a go and we stream. We got some kids on Raven Pyros, but not all of them. But I'm sure we can we'll be able to pick up some and have a nice discussion about kids and stuff. So it's gonna be still a fine, fun stream. Let me see. Yeah, I wish I made all the screenshots beforehand. Mm-hmm. Oh boy, oh boy. Let me get some music on. Hello. Hello, Zelma. Yeah, Belebog is just... I think it's too strong, but... We got Belebog here. Actually, they uploaded this his kit here. But unfortunately, I was hoping Raven managed to have more screenshots. It's about time. Yes, it's about time indeed. Zelmo, if you want to change your avatar, if you put exclamation mark random, you can change it. So I was hoping, Zombie, do we have more kids on our Discord? Because I did only screenshot of this one. And if I knew they're gonna, this website gonna go down again, I would do them all. But I didn't think about this, you know, I didn't think it's gonna go down again. But Belagog is just absolutely disgusting. If you pull this guy, the game is on easy mode. Yeah, thanks, Martin, thanks. So, yeah, Belagog is really cool. Yeah, because I know like people on our Discord, CHB, which we recommend everyone to join if you're looking for a Pantheon. We had, yeah, some people made some screenshots. And yeah, it's good. So we can actually have a look. Because as you see, we got Belobok on Raven Pyros. So we got this guy, right? So like in my video I said, this guy is ultimate buffer. But his kit is so broken. Because how can you have this even if awakening 1? And because we have ecosystem, you will be able to awaken him easily. When ally receives a debuff, decrease the duration by 1 turn. When ally receives a buff, increase its duration by 1 turn. How disgusting is this? Like every buff you get, you are ready plus 1 turn. He guarantees probably like all buffs you get, you will have 100% uptime. That's absolutely disgusting. And guys, if you want to change your avatars, you have to do !random and you can change. And even his imprint is not bad. When an ally receives a debuff, decreases duration by 1 turn. So it is also good, but it doesn't have this buff. Honestly, like, I will reroll like on 30 accounts. If I even get to like 1 void shard, this purple stone, I'll be rolling for him. Maybe I'll get him, I don't know. But he just changes your game. The game is just easy with this guy. The game is gonna be absolutely breeze. So block debuffs and block disables. On all allies for 2 turns. Now this is gonna be increased to 3 turns, of course, because of his stupid passive. And I don't know what is the cooldown on this one, but it's probably about 4 turns, because if it's 3 turns, that's even too strong. Loki, welcome, welcome. I believe you're gonna play this game too. Nice to see you. Long time no see, right? But this now his ultimate increased the rank of all buffs by 1 turn and decrease the rank of. Good. I like your spirit, bro. I like your spirit. You can change your avatar, by the way. If you put !random, you can change your avatar. So his ultimate is crazy, but because he's getting 70 divinity every time he places a buff, and he places a lot of buffs, he's gonna be rotating really quickly through his ultimate. So that's a little sick. This guy is just the one champion to your reroll target. That's your reroll target, guys. Now we have from new ones. What do we get from new ones? I don't know, because there's so many missing here. Like honestly, they're not even loaded here. But Zombie will give me, so I will share my screen from Discord in a minute. And we will do that, because I know Zombie got some. So that's why you want to join CHB. Trevor! Yes, you are. Welcome, welcome. MightyZoo welcomes you. So Himiko. No skills to show. Because I'm still waiting for this website to load. Believe. I went live, so it has to go live now, right? But we'll get some kits from people who did some screenshots. That's okay. I hear you, bro. I hear you. I do all the time misspells and I have to edit. So we got Himiko, so look at this. We got Himiko here. So in about 1 up to 2 months, probably. There's no like set date. But Simon said it's probably gonna be April. They're aiming for April, unless they have like some crazy delays. Yeah, so buff strippers removers, I mean, I think there is one, if I remember correctly. Yo, Zoro, welcome. MightyZoo welcomes you. I think Morrigan is a buff stripper. I don't know if anyone made copy her. Where is Morrigan? Did anyone copy her kit when they showed up? Okay, we got her kit, Morrigan. I think she's a buff stripper. Oh, she's not. What is this? We'll go through her kit in a minute. So future sight. Passive. When an enemy receives a buff, reduce its duration by 1 turn. So this is 100%. So this is like a sort of strip, right? And when an enemy receives a debuff, increase the duration by 1 turn. If you place her imprint on her, you can reduce now by 2 turns. Yeah, so I didn't have a chance to see Marduk. I think I looked at him very quickly. There are champions that placing block buffs too. But let's go through Morrigan. Because attacks one enemy and she got 75% chance to place initiative down to on the target for 1 turn, then place Dark Tidings on the target. And Dark Tidings, each stack decreases the damage inflicted by 5%, stacking up to 5 times. And can only be removed when this hero casts their ultimate. So that means basically that 25% less damage they do. That's super strong. So again, another champion you want Sun Wukong imprint on. So then you can have this 100% uptime, because 100% you will attack more with your basic attack than enemy will be casting their ultimates. And at max stacks also decrease speed and initiative by 10%. Thank you. I'm gonna download those. Because Zombie just sorted out some stuff. So we'll have some more. Okay, we got quite a few. Let me save them, guys, before they go, because we got Fisher King, which is not available on. Actually, I like this format. It's mobile format. These are not available on Raven Pyros. Yeah, website is done, but we did we did get some stuff ready. Okay, Godforge. Let me save those pictures, guys, quickly. Because that's why we will be able to... boss heart. We got Fisher King, for instance, really good. Godforge. Okay, that's Fisher King. I have to write them down so I don't miss them. I wish the website would work, but you know, it's better than nothing. I didn't want to delay any more of those streams. So we have to go and do them. Okay, so that's Fisher King. What is this? Okay, so this is the wolf. Let me save this one. Oh, no. I think he's still trash. I mean, don't get me wrong, I think you will be able to do some crazy stuff with him. Okay, Cherobog. Because I will share those in a stream in a minute. But I have to save them first. That's King Arthur, I think. So hopefully during the stream, this will go back. So we don't need Athena. What's Athena changed? Okay, we save her. Why not? Athena. Okay, we got Apollo, but Apollo didn't change at all, but we save him. Actually, I'm glad Apollo wasn't changed. Because he's still OP. But his awakenings are quite weak. Okay, we'll go through him too. Yeah. Green, yeah, Green. He's from Alpha, so he is. So all the Alpha champions are on the website, but I don't think this is the updated one. I think it's a temporary. I mean, it's kid from the Alpha. Oh, really? They nerfed it. All right. But it's fine. I don't mind. Because it's still OP, you know. Is it still 25% chance the imprint? Does it have still 25% chance to join attack? Or they nerfed it? What is that? That's Freya. Okay, we got Wukong. Okay. We got Wukong, so we will look through him in a minute. Wukong. We got Sparrow. Guys, good. We cooking. And soon, guys, I will have a surprise for you guys. You've been waiting for this. It's not the tier list though, but something different. You'll be very happy very soon that that will come up. Probably it's gonna be Friday or Saturday. That's good. Freya did need a little love, I have to say. And who's that? That's Quets, okay. Okay, we got Heimdall. Why we don't... No one copied the new champions. Because everyone was looking for the mini game. So we didn't get those new ones. So if the main is... Okay, but we got the... I got this too. So let's go through Morrigan. So her basic is one of the best basics in the game. I'm wondering if this gonna book to 100%. But you have like 70, even if it's only 75% on A1, initiative down 2. With Sun Wukong Imprint again, you will have this probably almost 100% uptime on this. If not 100%. That's gonna be absolutely bonkers. That is absolutely bonkers. Now her core ability plays 2 stacks of Dark Tidings. So this is the same thing. That is reduce the damage dealt by enemy by 5%. It stacks up to 5 times. An enemy again reduces this only when they use ultimate. So you will have this 100% time on. Probably 5 stacks all the time on. So you place this Dark Tidings, then you attack all enemies with 75% chance, probably book to 100% chance to place Despair on each target for 1 turn. If the target is a boss, place Speed down 2 on the target for 2 turns again instead. That is incredibly strong core. Incredibly strong core. Because now you place initiative down on bosses on the basic, and on the core you put speed down, because the spell doesn't work on bosses, right? So she plays speed down too, which is incredibly good. So now she's perfect with this skill to deal with waves and then speed down on bosses. Really good kit. And then decrease the damage dealt by bosses by 25%. Really good. Now her ultimate. Remove all buffs from all enemies. You see, that's a cleanse. That's the skill you were asking for. Remove all buffs from all enemies. The buff removal, 100%. Then attacks all enemies 3 times. The first hit has 80% probably book to 100% to place Drain 2 on each target for 2 turns. The second hit has 80% book to 100% to place defense down. And the third one places attack down 2. She places like all essential debuffs, like, and remove all buffs. That is absolutely crazy. And then she can... That's absolutely crazy. Then she can increase the duration of those. When enemy receives a buff, reduce the duration. When enemy receives a debuff, increase the duration by 1 turn. Like, there is no 50-50. It's guaranteed. So all those debuffs are placed straight away on 3 turns, not 2 turns. So even initiative down is placed for 2 turns. So all her debuffs, you're guaranteed to have probably 100% uptime. Her damage won't be... No, she won't be doing damage. She will be doing minimal damage. But it doesn't matter. She is absolutely amazing disruptor. I mean, if I would pull her, I would be extremely happy. Extremely happy. And her design is cool too. What do you think, guys? She looks so good. She looks so good. So, yeah, she's an ultimate debuffer. The best in the game probably for debuff. Because unfortunately not all Eternal Champions are equally good. And there are some like you're gonna be salty if you pull them. Like if you pull, let's say, there are some champions that are just not as powerful as some others. And Morrigan is one of the better ones. Belegog is the number one, you know. But she is very similar, like very close. Yeah, but she does really good control. But her damage won't be big because you won't build her for damage. You will have some initiative, but 500% initiative, because that's a mistake. It should be 500. It won't be a lot either. So we got Morrigan's kit. Let me see if now I can show you guys what we got here. So I did a Belogog video. Yeah, health, speed, and initiative and accuracy. You need a lot of accuracy on her to 100% land all the debuffs. You need a lot of speed for obvious reasons. You need a lot of initiative so you can cast her ultimate a lot. And then you need a lot of health. And then rest substats can be defense. Alright, let's go. Let's go. Where is this? Okay, we got... Let's go MightyZoo. And let's check those kits. So first I'm gonna go with the new ones, guys. And then we go through the older ones. So we got Fisher King. Let me cast this to you. Fisher King. Fisher King. Okay, where is that? Okay, so this is Fisher King, guys. You probably can't see the bottom, but I will read this. But so this is Fisher King. Okay, I will zoom it so we see better. All right. So attacks one enemy. Yep. Attacks one enemy. He's Avalon. That's why Zombie. Zombie is a big fan of Avalon. Place Vanish on the ally with the lowest HP for 2 turns. So, I'm not a big fan of Vanish. It's alright. It's gonna help with waves, but a lot of AoE attacks is not gonna work. So, but that's not most important. But and look at this. Now his core ability is crazy. So he places Immortal. Immortal, that means you can't die. You can't go below 0. So this is basically might be a key champion to do unkillable teams. And he places Shield. So once your Immortal wears off, you still got Shield. Because Shield is, it doesn't have turns. So 2 turns is only on Immortal. And Shield, I think, is indefinite. Now, if you awaken him 1, Immortal and Shield cannot be removed when placed by this ability. That's absolutely crazy. Now his ultimate. Equalize the HP of all allies to the allies with the most HP. If allies are above 50% HP, then permanently increase the damage they inflict to enemies by 10%, stacks up to 3 times. Wow. That's really good. So extremely good heal. Oh, that's good. If allies are below 50%, then permanently decrease the damage they received by 10%. Stacks up to 3 times. Will persist across each wave. Guys, that's 30% damage reduction. That's bonkers. And then, if you awaken him 5, heal to 100% defense to ally with the highest HP. And increase the stack limit by 2. Heal to 100% defense, the ally with the highest HP, and increase the stacks limit by 2. Okay, so you get more stacks. So now you can have 30%, 50% more damage and 50% damage reduction. Damn it! If you can awaken him 5, damn. If I pull this guy, I won't complain. I'm being real. This guy is bonkers. Yeah, you get 50% decrease damage taken and 50% more damage. And his passive, when immortal, prevents your death. I think it doesn't show because Godforge is in the way, but I think decreases their HP, attack, and defense by 5%. So if someone's trying to kill you and Immortal prevents death, you decrease the attacker's HP, attack, and defense by 5%, stacks up to 6 times. That's crazy. That's really good. That is really good. Okay, let's open another one. Do we have another page? Because for Fisher King, I think I got only one page. But that's all we need. We got all information there. Is it? Oh, yes, there is. Okay, let me Fisher King too. Okay, so we're going for Fisher King 2 now. Let me open this, guys. Fisher King 2. Where is it? Okay. Alright, so this is his passive. Okay, yes, so it is. When Immortal prevents an ally's death, increase their HP, attack, and defense by 5%. Okay, so that's good. But it's different what I thought. So you get 30% more HP, attack, and defense if you prevent multiple times. And if you awaken 3, prevents the duration of Immortal from being reduced when preventing death. Is that a permanent then? I think that must have some sort of cooldown, right? Because that means you're immortal. The whole team is immortal. And Divinity. Gain 30 Divinity when placing Immortal. Gain 60 Divinity when this hero is attacked when under Immortal. Okay, so Divinity is slow, okay, but doesn't matter. Yes, that's true. That's true. But I believe he will be able to have this 100% uptime with right team. And because it can be reduced when you die, or like take hits. Yeah. I mean, amazing champion, guys. This is absolutely bonkers. Damn. Okay, another champion we want. Okay, let's go for another one. We got the wolf. Let's go with the wolf. I think wolf is not that strong, but I think he's still good. So first, we're going for basic. Yeah, depends on the cooldown, because if this is like 5 to cooldown when booked, which is possible, then you would need to have like a crazy team to just have 100% uptime, right? But this is the wolf, the legendary. No, you can't. But you can cast it more often if you have a right team. And that's what I'm saying. Because if you can have 100% uptime, then you're home. And I think it's gonna be possible. But you would need some cracked champions in that team to make it happen. No, you can't increase duration of that zombie. So Vivian will do nothing for that. But it's more like champions that can make it cast you more, and more the skill that gives you immortal. So if you can, that wasn't the core. Wait a second, let me have a look. Okay, so this one, this ability is on. So this ability is on core. So if you have Apollo, that can reduce the cooldowns, and then you have Belobog that can reduce the cooldowns, or when you awaken Belogog, you refresh the cooldown of core ability, you'll be able to have this 100% uptime. So if you have those two champions, you will never die. Yeah, he is stupidly good, yeah. Champion. But let's go for the wolf now. Attacks one enemy 2 times. For some damage. For this hero, for each stack of bleed on the target. Okay, that's interesting. So he makes 180% attack and 2% HP. For each stack of bleed. So, and that's 2 times. So that's 360 attack and 4% HP really. And if you have 10 stacks of bleed, that's gonna be times 10. So that's gonna be 3600 attack and 20% HP. Guys, this is insane damage. That's insane damage. Yeah, this guy is absolutely crazy. Yeah, you heal 20%. Yeah, but you do. Ah, okay. So it's no, but look. Okay, so he does 360 attack and then 20% heal. Okay, you're right. I got it right. I thought this is a comma, not a dot. A full stop. Okay, if the target is under 5 or more bleed stacks, then this attack cannot weak hit. That's good. Hello there, MightyZoo welcomes you. Alright, so this is okay. It's okay, but nothing super crazy, but like good self-heal. Attacks one enemy on his core. No, this is his ultimate. Let's go for his core first. Okay, I want you guys to see this because okay. I hope you can see a little bit at least. So his core ability attacks. Let me move my camera. Okay, that's better. Attacks one enemy. Oh yeah. That's gonna be crazy pairing, yeah. Attacks one enemy for 110% attack with 75%, I believe it's booked to 100% to activate 3 stacks of bleed on the target. If the target is under 10 stacks of bleed, gain extra turn. Bro, you have to work now because you need to save for Godforge packs. So you need to do double shifts, bro. Now, on Awakening 3, activates all stacks of bleed on the target instead. So this Awakening 3 may just work against him. Unless he can stack really quickly. Because the problem is he gets benefit if you have 10 stacks, you get extra turn. But now if every core ability will be taking off all stacks, next your core ability you won't have all stacks of bleed. Because look, his basic attack, if the target is under 10 stacks of bleed, each hit also increases this hero's crit damage by 5%, stacking up to 10 times. So you want your enemy to be on 10 stacks of bleed all the time. But now if he activates all stacks, that means you won't be able to get to 10 stacks probably, unless you stop using his core. I mean, you would need more champions to that place like Dracula that plays more stacks of bleed to make this happen. Then yes. But otherwise I'm not entirely... Ah, okay, because activate, so it doesn't remove them. It will just activate them. Oh, so this is so broken. No, activating those doesn't mean remove because you don't remove bleed when you activate it. So now he places 10 stacks of bleed. And then he gets 50% more crit damage. He gets extra turn every time he uses his core ability. That's gonna reduce his cooldown because of that. And also he will activate all the bleed, but he doesn't remove them. That's crazy. And now we go into ultimate. Attacks one enemy, so it's a single target nuker, really like strong. Like a boss killer, honestly. Attack one enemy 2 times. Before attacking, place 2 stacks of bleed on the target which cannot be resisted. So you don't need any accuracy on this guy. If this hero has 100% crit rate, which you're gonna build him with 100% crit rate, because he gets so much crit damage from his basic. So his basic is absolutely bonkers. Also place barrier on this hero equal to 5% of the damage inflicted. I guess... Okay, it's okay. If the target is under 10 stacks of bleed, increase this hero's turn meter by 20%. Now Awakening 5, increase the damage of this hero's ultimate by 5%, stacking up to 100% each time it's used. So, okay, so you have to use this 20 times to max this out. That's gonna be 100% more damage. So his ultimate shoot his strong, but it's only 220% attack. So so it's gonna do good damage, but it's gonna do less damage than his core ability. Oh yeah, man, it's gonna be amazing with Dracula. Enemies under bleed have the but Dracula have this downside that he removes bleeds, right? Enemies under bleed have the 2 meter reduced effect, 2 meter reduction effect reduced by 100%. That doesn't make sense. Enemies under bleed have the 2 meter reduction. Okay, reduction effects reduce 100%. So you can't save yourself from 2 meter reduction, basically. No, that doesn't make any sense. How can your enemy have the 2 meter reduction effect reduced by 100%? Yeah, it's a typo, yeah. I guess 2 meter boost probably reduced by 100%. And then we got his passive. Yeah, okay, the enemy can't reduce your 2 meter with FX. Okay, so that's maybe the... let me move my camera so you can see, guys. Because it doesn't make sense. I think that enemies under bleed have their 2 meter reduction effects. Okay, so they can't reduce on us. Okay, that makes sense. Okay. So they can't reduce our 2 meter. Alright, so this is his passive. That's a good passive. Now, now his imprint is just 50% instead of 100%. So still very good imprint. And he gets 60 divinity when inflicting damage to enemies under bleed. Okay, so that's not a very big multiplier. Very good champion anyway. Okay, let's go to the next one. Yes, quite a good champion. Okay, I want to see Wukong. Okay, so we got... Okay, basic attack. Attacks one enemy, 310% attack. Then increase this hero's divinity by 5%. If joining an attack, increase divinity by an additional 5%. Also mirror one random buff from the target. Okay, so I guess this is the same, right? Nothing changed. Now his... Yeah, we will get there. Yeah, his awakening one is strong, for instance. But we get there. Attacks his core ability. Attacks all enemies, 180% attack 2 times. For each buff on this hero, increase the damage inflicted by 10%, which is absolutely bonkers. Now, Awakening 3. Each hit has 50% chance to mirror one random buff from the target. Alright, good. She's gonna be really good, but we'll see her kit because I have to see how they changed her, because I didn't read that yet. But her divinity gain in the previous version of her was very low, so she would not spam ultimates. But I will see the new kit. Now let's go through this one. Ultimate attacks. Attack 72% attack 8 times to random at random. Each hit has 35% chance, probably was booked to 50, right? To chance to heal this hero for 8% of damage inflicted and decrease the target turn meter by 8%. And then this is 10. Let's see, and then after 5 times additional hits are 50% reduced damage. Awakening 5. If a clone strikes the same target more than once, inflict additional damage 72% attack to all other enemies. Wow, that's quite good. So that's gonna be AoE. If there is no other enemies, has 30% chance to inflict the damage to the initial target instead. And gain 40 divinity when inflicting damage to an enemy. So he's gonna be casting his ultimates a lot. That's gonna be crazy. That's gonna be really good. Okay, let's go to Vivian then. Let's check Vivian. Let's check Vivian. So now, attacks one enemy on her basic, 175% attack plus 1000 initiative, and reduce the divinity cost of each ally by 15, stacking up to 10 times. Now, that's 150 divinity, but if you awaken her, that's gonna be double that, because that's gonna stack up to 20 times, and that's gonna be 300 divinity cost reduction. That's gonna be especially good for epic champions, that a lot of them got like let's say Brynhild. Her cost is like 750 divinity, so like 300 divinity off. That's massive for her. That's very good basic when you awaken her, especially when you awaken her. Now, her... Wait a second, because... Yeah, so I will explain you, Brandon, why she is not gonna get a lot of... she's not gonna be getting a lot of stuff, you know what I mean? A lot of ultimates, but anyway. She places attack up to and defense up to on all allies for 2 turns, then increase the duration of all buffs on all allies by 1 turn. That's amazing. She also places sharpen 2 when she got awaken 1 for 2 turns, which is really good. So now she gets divinity, 60 divinity per buff placed. So 3 buffs if you awaken her 1. That's gonna be 3 buffs. Let's say you're fighting against boss, that's gonna be times 5, right? That's gonna be 15. 15 times 60 is gonna be 900 divinity. So basically, you are guaranteed probably to cast your ultimate at least with including her passive gain. Probably like every time you use your core ability, you will also have your ultimate ready. If you have, because you will have a lot of initiative. So that's quite good. So she's gonna be casting quite a lot. That's true. That's quite good. That's gonna be a lot. Now her ultimate removes all disable from all allies. That didn't change. Remove all debuff on allies from Avalon. Then attack one enemy with all allies joining the attack. If the target is defeated, increase the turn meter of all allies by 20%. So this is the same. Nothing changed here. And her passive inflicts, allies inflict 20% increased damage with their basic abilities. This is double when joining attack. And now we got Awakening 5. Allies have 100% chance to inflict bonus true damage to 100% of their attack, which cannot critically hit. when they attack. So that's true damage and really good. Yeah, so she is very good. I got her on my one account with I think I got Excalibur or I got Makohulti, I don't remember. That's correct, yeah. So I am going with Apollo, and Apollo's awakenings are really weak. But my plan is to pick up Hades, because remember, from Ecosystem, King Arthur, Hades, and Ra are available to pick up straight away, even if you don't have a copy. So you'll be able to pick up Hades. So my choice, and I'll show you guys. Let me show you Apollo. So Apollo first gets 70 divinity when placing a buff. And he places buff meant always on his basic. So with Sun Wukong, on average, if you have 5-man team, you're gonna be placing 10 mans every rotation, that's every turn. So that's already 700 divinity just from his basic. Plus he gets, so that's absolutely crazy, right? So he's gonna be spamming his ultimate all the time. And when he spams his ultimate, he reduces the cooldown of each ally's core ability by 1 turn. Yeah, she's very good, very good. I think the Eternal ones are a little bit better, some of them. But really good. So his A1, in my opinion, is even stronger. I mean, Vivian with A1 is really so strong. Her A1 basic attack, that's true. Yeah, Vivian is amazing champion. So attacks all enemies. So core ability. Now he places attack up 2 on all allies and then equalize divinity of the ally with the lowest divinity to this hero's divinity. If Artemis is on the team, also equalize her divinity. Now we have Awakening 5, which I think this is the weakest Awakening 5 or one of the weakest. When an ally's divinity is equalized, their next attack will ignore 15% defense. If that would be like permanent buff, stack up to like 2 or 3 times, that would be good. But this one is not good awakening. Now, Apollo's ultimate attacks all enemies, reduce the cooldown of each ally core ability by 1 turn. For each ally undermanned, increase their divinity by 15%, and for each enemy under asset, decrease their divinity by 15%. Nothing changed here. And now, his passive. Whenever an ally uses a core ability, increase the damage of their core ability by 10%, stacks reset on each wave. So this is very strong. But now, if you have Awakening 3, also increase the allies' turn meter by 50% after using the core ability. So that's not bad. Yeah, people are really happy with Vivian. Yeah, Vivian's awakenings are really strong. Yeah, this is Apollo's awakenings, and Apollo's awakenings are really weak. Not very exciting at all. I would say very, very weak. But Vivian's, on the other hand, let me pull her again. Vivian's awakenings are really good. Because her awakening 3 is bonkers. Hello Ed. Welcome, welcome, MightyZoo welcomes you. So her awakening 3 is stupidly good. Her awakening 1 is very good. Very good. And her awakening 5, allies have 100% chance to inflict. Yeah, so her awakening 5 is okay. But you know, it's not like super bonkers, I would say. But if you take her to awakening 3, this is a sweet spot to stop. It's a good stopping point. But I have to say that those awakenings make her much more desirable than before. So Apollo loses a little bit in my eyes to compare to Vivian. No, website is down. This is screenshots we did before. So unfortunately, website is down. Let me double check. Yeah, it's down still. But we did some screenshots. So I like Vivian. Oh my god. Because I will have one Vivian account and one Vivian and one and few Apollo and one Heimdall. No, she's gonna be crazy. Because this one really saves her a lot. Having sharpened 3, sharpened 2 helps a lot. Because that's gonna be 50% more divinity gain now. Well, Guan will be able to hit his max HP damage with her. It's gonna be 20% more. That's gonna increase his 5% max HP damage too. So that's gonna be now, instead of 5%, that's gonna be 7%, I believe. So, I mean, this pass and the imprint will increase 10%. So that's gonna be, with this imprint now, it's gonna be 8%. Yeah, so that's gonna be really strong. Just remember that bosses usually they have this ability to decrease the effectiveness of those max HP skills, but it's still gonna be disgusting. Yeah, that's crazy. Okay, let's go with another champion. So let's go with Heimdall. I don't think he changed. Hello, hello Grim. Welcome, welcome. Freya gonna be next. Now it's Heimdall. I guess he didn't change, but we will see. So on his basic, attacks one enemy and transfer a random debuff from this hero to the target. If Blaze, Etherburn or Acid is transferred, activate the debuff after attacking. I'm very good, bro. Thank you. Thank you. How are you? So we got now core ability. Place retaliate in intercept on all allies for 2 turns, then attack all enemies. Awakening 3 also places ward on this hero for 2 turns, which cannot be removed. Okay, nothing changed here. His ultimate places defense up to on all allies for 2 turns and plays shield 300% defense on all allies. Then plays protect 2 on all allies except this champion for 2 turns. These buffs cannot be removed when placed on heroes from Asgard. Awakening 5, at the start of each wave, activate this ultimate before any turn is taken. So that's very, very strong awakening. Like, but on the other hand, if you like super OP that you can get to awakening 5, possibly you won't need that anymore to clear the waves. Yeah, Simon says gonna be April. That's the plan, but it may happen May because all the delays and problems. So his divinity gain is very slow because he gets 40 divinity when hit by an enemy. If enemy have multiple hitters, that's gonna speed up a little bit, but it's still very slow to compare to his cost. I still have a 25% chance. Where is, no, this is imprint. Okay, I think he has 50% chance to reflect the buff, right? So he didn't change. It's very crazy. But at some point you may be in the place that you just one-shot waves. So you go in the wave, one-shot wave, go to another wave, one-shot wave, and then you get to the boss. But apparently bosses won't have waves anymore, so... But it's gonna be good in very hard content, like 100%. It's just the question is that worth... You know, is that worth... like spending, you know what I mean? So this is the question, is it worth like investing so many awakenings into this guy? If you can awaken another champions, it depends on our rosters and yeah, how we are getting on with stuff. Okay, let's go with another one. Freya, that is, right? I promised Freya. So let's check Freya. Alright, so attacks one enemy, 175% attack and 300% initiative, placement on the ally with the lowest HP for 2 turns. Now when this is awakening 1, if the ally is below 50% HP, then place additional ment for 2 turns. That's weak awakening. That's really sad, very sad awakening. Rubbish. Alright, so we're going to her core ability. Equalize one ally's turn meter equal to the enemy with the highest turn meter. Then increase the turn meter of all allies by 20%. Also permanently increase this hero healing by 5%. Stacks up to 4 times. So that's 20%. So your ment, instead of healing, ment heals 10%. So that now is gonna be... That's gonna be 20% more, so that's gonna be only 12% instead of 10. Not big deal. Okay. Ultimate is interesting and her awakening here is really interesting too. So place attack up to and sharpen 2 on all allies for 2 turns, then attack one enemy. That's quite good damage. Then attack all enemies. Really nice. Increase the attack and the crit damage of each ally by 10%, stacks to 5 times. That's really good. Like 50% more crit damage is really good. But now it's nice. Awakening 3. Also places Phoenix. Look. Phoenix on all allies below 50% more HP for 2 turns. That's absolutely crazy. That's really good. And now let's go with her ultimate. No, that was her ultimate, sorry. Now let's go with her passive. When an ally inflicts a critical hit, heal 1200% initiative the ally. Okay, so all your DPSs that have crit builds, they will instantly be healed. So that's good. That's gonna heal a lot of your allies. Now Awakening 5. The improvement to her passive. If the ally is at full health, inflict the heal as damage to the enemy. Oh, that's nice. This cannot critical or strong hit and ignores 50% of target's defense. Okay, that will smack. No, maybe it won't be so crazy, but it's gonna be still good. But I'm not sure if that's gonna be worth it. A5. It's a more like a whale thing. Okay, let's go with another one. Athena. Let me check the website if it's working. Okay, so Athena attacks one enemy, does some damage, places defense up 2-4 on all allies for 1 turn. I was hoping that her Awakening will actually increase that to 2 turns. But unfortunately not. Now, her core ability, place shield for 100 defense. That's really good, for 100%. On all allies and reduce the damage inflicted to allies by 5%, stacking up to 3 times. So this is 15% damage reduction. Now, first Awakening places resistance up to on all allies for 2 turns. Don't get me wrong, guys, this is really strong. Honestly, that's gonna be really crucial against enemies, against bosses like Pantheon boss, or anyone that places debuffs. Because your threshold for your resistance skill, your resistance will be 40% lower. That's gonna help a lot. So it's only Awakening 1. This is really strong. Really strong. That's incredibly strong. Now we're going to her ultimate. Let me just see if I can just make it. Oh, that's better. Attacks all enemies. Has 80% chance, book to 100% chance to petrify on each target for 1 turn. If this hero is under shield, the petrify cannot be resisted or blocked. So she doesn't need accuracy. You see, this is so disgusting for the skill. Now, Awakening 5. Each time an ally is attacked under shield, increase the damage of this hero's next ultimate by 3%. Okay, you can get some damage, but I think for Awakening 5, this is very weak. Because this will reset once you use your ultimate. So this Awakening is not that good. Now let's check. Let's check her passive. Each time this hero is attacked under shield, Heal for 50% of damage inflicted to the shield. If the shield is depleted or removed, has 50% chance to place Petrify on the enemy for 1 turn. And now this Awakening Free, this is what I was predicting, exactly what I said. Okay, so yeah, that's true. But her Awakening Free is what I was passive is what I was predicting, that this gonna be, now it cannot be resisted. So now if you have Awakening Free, you don't have to have any accuracy on her. And you have 100% chance to place Petrify. So now if you have Awakening Free, any attack against shield has now 100% chance to place Petrify on the target for 1 turn, which cannot be resisted. Guys, do you know how disgusting that is? I don't know if this is this. I think that's gonna be nerfed, because if you have her in your team, you basically, like, you're gonna be keeping the whole enemy, because shield has no cooldown, so you have your shield all the time on, and then you'll be attacking and be petrified all the time. I don't wanna say anything, but that's crazy. So I think like Awakening Free again is a really good stopping point. So if you get her to Awakening Free, she is crazy. Alright, let's go to the next one. We got Chernobog, brother in crime with Belobog. This guy is gonna be absolutely nuts. On his basic, attack one enemy, 400% attack, which is really high. With 50% chance, probably booked for 275 to place Terrify on the target for 2 turns. Do you remember, guys, what is Terrify? What is doing? Let me check Raven Pyros. Terrify, where is it? Increase divinity cost by 50. Oh my boy, this is stupid. So basically, Terrify increases the cost of your ultimates by 50%. So I guess that's gonna work against bosses, I hope so. But this is for 2 turns. That is super strong. This is probably one of the best basics in the game. If this hero joins an attack or retaliate, attacks all enemies instead. Guys, do you see that? Attack ignores, intercept, and charm. This is bonkers. Like this basic attack, if you pull this guy, it's crazy. Now his core ability is stupidly strong too. Yeah, she did change a little bit, yeah. She doesn't heal on her... apparently she had AoE heal, right? On her passive. I don't think it's AoE heal. But her awakenings are so broken. She is better. Oh, they didn't nerf her, trust me. Her awakenings are so broken that she is a beast. Actually, she is stronger in my eyes now. So, Chernobyl, sorry. Core ability. Attacks one enemy. 135% attack 3 times. Place retaliate on this hero for 2 turns. If Belobog is on the team, buff cannot be removed or reduced. Also, if the enemy is defeated, increase this hero divinity by 100%. So if you kill someone, you get extra. You get your ultimate straight away. Now, Awakening 3. Place Phoenix on this hero for 1 turn, which does not reduce on turn. So this is like, so only it's reduced when you die. Otherwise, if you or it's removed by a skill, but this will not be removed when you take a turn. Extremely strong. Now his ultimate attacks one enemy, 180% attack 3 times. If the target's max HP is greater than this hero, each hit will inflict an additional 5% of max HP, of target's max HP. So that's gonna be 15%. Boss's max HP. Hello Akivon, the site is down, but we did some screenshots. So we got some champions to show. But the website is down. So now, this is really strong now. If the target's max HP is lower than this hero, each hit will always strong hit. Guys, you don't even... Can you see how strong this is? He's gonna be monster in arena. And he's gonna be monster. Oh, he's so strong. And then an Awakening 1, he places banish on enemies defeated by this ability for 2 turns, I guess. So this is Chernobog. So strong. Now let's look at his passive. I just want to make sure that we can see that all. Okay. So his passive. After this hero joins an attack, gains an extra turn or retaliates, this hero's next ability will ignore 15% of target's defense and ignore shield, barrier, immortal, ward, and defense up. And now Awakening 5. After 5 enemy turns, if this hero is defeated, revive this hero with 100% HP and turn meter. So he revives himself, and he straight away got a turn and full HP. If now Belobog is in the team, remove banish and block revive before reviving. That means any block revive and banish won't work. You know how insane this is? That's gonna be like PvP monster. You kill, he says, I don't care, I'm coming back with full turn meter ready to go. And he gets a very low divinity gain because he gets only 40 divinity. Yeah, so Belobog and Chernobog, if you put them together, damn, that's gonna be pay to win bloody strategy. Like you will see guys soon, like all whales have Chernobog and Belobog on the same team. That's how it's gonna be. So that's gonna be crazy. Because you not only you have to pull Eternal Champion, you have to pull those champions. But I wanna show you. Yeah, that's probably the only thing left. But I wanna show you guys now, because I don't know if you watched my Belobog video, but I made video about Belobog, so I encourage you to watch it. But I will talk about him here on live, so you don't have to go anywhere else to watch it. So let me open this. Because Belobog is my favorite champion now in the game, and I think he's the best supporter in the game. He is absolutely disgusting. Okay. Now, attacks one enemy, 350% attack, and places attack up to on all allies for 1 turn. Okay. Trust me, this is gonna be 100% uptime all the time. No matter what. And I'll show you why in a minute. That's crazy. Now, his core ability. Place block debuff and stalwart, which is block disabled, on all allies for 2 turns and attack all enemies, 200% attack. Also decrease the cooldown of all ally core abilities by 1 turn. If Chernobog is on the team, he joins the attack with his core ability. And if you have Awakening free, refresh the cooldown of all ally core abilities instead. So now, it's not by 1 turn, it refreshes. All allies are ready to go with their core abilities again. I guess that's gonna be maybe on a longer cooldown, because this is disgusting. That will be so good for speed farm. That's crazy. Because you'll be going with champions' core abilities, clearing the whole wave, then going to the next wave. He will use this core ability, and then your allies go with core ability again. So you go, and then by then maybe you have ultimates ready and you finish off with ultimates. But this is not the best part of his kit. Well, I mean, this is, they're equally good. So this is crazy. If you have Chernobog now, he joins with his core ability? That's stupid. Now, I want to show you this, guys. Look at this. His ultimate. Increase the rank of all buff on all allies by 1. So attack 2 becomes attack 3. So basically all your buffs are 50% more effective. And decrease the rank of all debuffs on all allies by 1. So now all debuffs are 50% less effective. Also equalize the turn meter of all allies to the enemy with the highest turn meter. How insane is that? Now Awakening 5. Then gain an extra turn. So you cast your ultimate and you get extra turn straight away. Honestly, he makes like everyone look like Cabrera. I tell you guys, for me, he's the best champion in the game. He gains extra turn if you awaken him 5. He gains extra turn. If Chernobog is on the team, increase his turn meter by 100%. So he gets extra turn and Chernobog gets extra turn. Insane. But it's not end. His passive is a cherry on the top of the cake. Look at this passive. When an ally receives a debuff, decrease its duration by 1 turn. While Awakening 1. When an ally receives a buff, increase its duration by 1 turn. So now all those buffs are not 2 turns. It's 3 turns. This one, attack up, is now 2 turns on basic. And they all increase the rank by 1. So increase the rank and increase the duration. So you have 100% uptime of all your buffs any champion places. All the time. And they all ranked up. Yo Misale, welcome, welcome. How are you? We're going for all the kids. Equilibrium is ultimate. Passive is when he increases the duration of all buffs and reduces duration of debuffs. Yeah, this is the best champion in the game in my opinion. The most OP. Yeah, so Chernobog and Belebog is paid to win meta. That's basically what's gonna happen. Yeah, his imprint is when an ally receives a debuff, decreases duration by 1 turn. But his imprint doesn't have his awakening bonus, increasing buff duration. So basically, this guy places attack up to. He refreshes your core ability, and places block debuff and block disables. And then he makes your buffs stronger by making them rank up, and debuffs making them weaker. Then he gets extra turn if you awaken him. And then he increased duration of all buffs and decreased duration of all debuffs. You can have the same imprint multiple times, yes. You can have one imprint on the character, but if you have multiple same imprints on different champions and they have like those whole team buffs, they can stack. So like if you have like Morrigan's imprint, it can stack. Or when an ally receives like this one, it can stack. When an ally receives a debuff, decrease its duration by 1 turn. If you have this 3 times, you can decrease it by 3 turns. Yeah, so potentially you could just nullify all debuffs by using this. I mean, you see how this is gonna be. It's gonna be champions with those 2 champions awakened. They're gonna be, you have 0% chance to winning with them. Like, you're gonna be a laughing stock for them. So that's gonna be, that's how it's gonna be. So you see Belobog and Chernobog are just those cracked champions, right? Okay, let's see Dracula. All right, let's check this. So this is Dracula. So first we go with his basic. Attacks one enemy 7% HP, 40% attack, 2 times. Each hit has 75%. I think it was booked to 100% to place 1 stack of bleed on the target. Also heal 5% HP this hero if the target is under bleed. You got Freya and Shamash. Okay. Can you post them on Discord? So I got Freya, but I don't have Shamash. So if you post Shamash on Discord, I will take it down. I got Freya. Okay, so this is... so Awakening 1. Place 1 stack of bleed on all enemies instead. So that's a difference, but it's not massive. Because usually that's gonna be like more for bosses. So I wouldn't say this doesn't make any difference, this Awakening 1. Now his core ability. Place 2 stacks of bleed on all enemies. Let's put some Godforge music. Place 2 stacks of bleed on all enemies and remove 1 random buff from each target. If a buff was removed, place 3 stacks of bleed instead. Gain extra turn. So that's really good. Extra turn. Okay, now ultimate. Attacks all enemies 4% HP plus 50% attack 4 times. Before attack, he consumes all stacks of bleed. And I don't like he consumes that on each target and increase the damage inflicted by 8% per stack of bleed consumed. So, okay, so this is gonna be really strong against waves and against like normal enemies, but not bosses. So now, when you have Awakening 1 here, place 1 stack of bleed on all enemies instead. So now that's gonna be... that can be strong. But so much setting up, and you won't have time to set up your waves like that. So I don't think that's gonna... I don't think this ultimate is really good. Now, Awakening 5 also destroys each target's HP for 10% of the damage inflicted up to 60% of the target's HP. So, I don't think his Awakenings are so crazy. At the start of an enemy turn, if they are under bleed, increase the damage of this hero next attack by 10%. So if that would stack up to, let's say, 30%, and not only next attack, but would stay like a permanent between waves, that would be good. But at this case, he's not that good. And then 60, he gains 60 divinity when damaging an enemy under bleed. So if those bleeds trigger, he gets some divinity. That, yeah, but he's not as good, you know. Okay. Guys, if you want to have your avatar on the screen, all you have to do just type something in the chat and your avatar will appear. If you want to change your avatar, you have to place !, random, and then it will change your avatar and you can be swapping. If you don't write anything for a long time, your avatar may disappear. And then it come back if you write something. This is how it's basically done in this app. Okay, let's go for another one. Okay, let me download Shamash. Okay, Shamash. Okay, let's save it. So we'll look for Shamash now then, as we got this. Let's check Shamash. Alright. So his basic. Attacks one enemy, 150% attack. The ally with the lowest divinity will join in the attack. If the target is under ether burn, increase the turn meter of all allies by 10%. Which is actually, if you think about this, is really strong. Because if you have another ally attack champion that makes him join more, you put Sun Wukong imprint on him, he potentially can give you more turn meter. Now, his core ability. Attacks one enemy, 240% attack. All allies will join in the attack. Has 100% chance to place Ether Burn for 2 turns on the enemy. Now, Awakening 1, the Ether Burn 2 cannot be resisted. Which is really good for him. Revive random ally with 30% HP and 30% turn meter, then place Radiance 2, which reduces damage taken by 20% and reflects that to the enemy, and attack up to for 2 turns on all allies. Also heals all allies 15% targets max target HP. Then place shield equal to 50% of overhealing, which I hate this part of his kit. This is the one reason I decided not to go with him. Just because of the shield part. The first time an ally is killed in a battle, gain full divinity and activate Light of the Heavens. So this ultimate. Now, Awakening 5. If an ally is revived, set the divinity to 100%. Which is actually quite nuts. Because you die, you revive, and then they cast their ultimate straight away. Now when an ally joins, now his passive. His passive. When an ally joins this hero attack, increase their divinity by 100%. And Awakening 3 also plays block debuff for 1 turn on allies who join attack. Which is quite nice, to be honest. But I'm not sure if his awakenings are worth it. And he gains 50 divinity when causing an ally to join attack, which is very low. Very low. So that's not that great, to be honest. I'll do... Do you wanna battle royale? Let me... You can fight, guys. Let's do battle royale. So he is a little bit disappointing, I would say. You know what I mean? And fight, guys. Fight. Fight for your life. It's hard to say, bro. You can change it after the royal battle. Battle royale. Okay, next one. Let's go Sparrow. Oh, you won, Misale. Well done. Okay, let's do Sparrow. So you can attack other guys if you do attack, exclamation mark attack, space, and the name of the person. You can attack another player and kick him out of the map. you can place a bomb. If you do exclamation mark bomb and the name of the person, you can set up a bomb and blow them up. So now this is Svarog. Attacks one enemy, 280% defense and 160% attack, with 100% chance when booked to place blunt 2 on the target for 2 turns. Yep, you kicked me out. And you're back. So, it's alright. Nothing crazy. Leave me alone. So his core ability now. Attack all enemies, 330% defense plus 160% attack. With 100% chance when booked to place attack down on each target for 2 turns. Also place protect 2 on all allies for 2 turns. Now, Awakening 1. Each time an ally is attacked under Protect 2, increase the damage of this hero's next ability by 3%, resets on the next ability. I don't know. I have no clue. We need like Star Sailor. The sweep option. So now, on his ultimate, place resistance up to and defense up to on all allies for 3 turns. Then place shield to 150% defense on all allies. Now, Awakening 5. When an ally shield is removed or depleted, place ward on them for 1 turn. That's quite crazy. That's actually very good. Because ward means you can't take any damage. And his passive. Each time an ally uses an ultimate, decrease the damage received by all allies by 3%, up to 10 times. So that's still the same and very strong. Now Awakening 3. Each ultimate also increases the strength of shields placed by the hero by 3%. Up to 10 times, guys, that's big. That's 30% bigger shield. So you have damage reduction and shield, massive shield. So that's gonna be, that's why this is a bit lower, because that will increase 30%. Right? So this shield will be increased by 75. That's gonna be 325 now. Which is quite good. And his divinity gain is of course a bit low. Gain 15 divinity when hit by an enemy. Which is a little bit too low. In my book. Okay, let's see another champion. Let's go with Quetz. Our worm. So Quetz didn't change much really. I think. Well, let's go for his kit. Attacks one enemy and heals all allies 10% of max HP. If the attack is strong hit, place Petrify on the target for 1 turn. Now Awakening 3 will place Petrify on any attack which cannot be resisted. So when you awaken him 3, he will always petrify, guys. That's disgusting. So he will petrify even if he doesn't strong hit. And this cannot be resisted. That's absolutely busted. That's gonna be crazy in the arena, 100%. Now, his core ability. Increase the turn meter of all allies by 20% and then place speed up 2 on each target for 2 turns. That's nice. Now, that's arbiter skill, kinda. Now, Awakening 1. Increase speed of each target by 10%, stacking up to 3 times. So you get 30 speed more if you use your core ability 3 times. And then ultimate. Place initiative up to and accuracy up to on all allies for 2 turns. Also increase the turn meter of all of the ally with the highest turn meter by 50%. When this hero's divinity reaches 100%. Yeah, there is buff block, yeah. Well, I'm not sure. I think there is black buff, yeah. And this is strong. When this hero is defeated, revive 2 allies with 50% HP. And increase their initiative by 5, stacking up to 3 times, occurs once per wave. Awakening 5 revives all allies instead. Yeah, quite good. Quite good. Quite good, folks. Okay, let's check ISIS. Let's see if the website is still down. Oh, maybe, baby. Still down. Still down, but I think we're getting there. Okay, guys. This is this is ISIS. King Ellis, welcome. MightyZoo welcomes you. King Godforge is out probably in about 1 to 2 months. Most likely in April. If something goes wrong, it's gonna be May. But the plan is to release it in April. By the way, you got your avatar King Ellis. If you wanna change your avatar, you do exclamation mark random. And then you will change your avatar. Okay, ISIS attacks one enemy, 160% attack, with a 35% chance to steal a random buff. That I think is booked to 50. I think that's only me I can do, but I can do Battle Royale if you want. You need to be the game master to do that. Yeah, you will have a really good game. So, Awakening 1, steal buff will ignore the target's resistance. Okay, so it can't be resisted when she steals. It's really good. Oh, Misale, you got a healing thing. Okay, now we're going with shield, her core ability. Place shield 20% HP on all allies, then place defense up to on all allies for 3 turns. Grant this hero an extra turn. And Awakening 3, which is super broken. Additionally, place Mend on all allies for 3 turns, which is stupidly annoying and stupidly strong. Well, that was annoying, but there are some better Awakenings. Now her ultimate. It's just random. But there is also other games, like you can play basketball, you can fight the boss, you can duel someone, attack, you can place bombs, you can go, like, say, I'll show you, and let's say let's do this. Here you are. Oh, you can do this. Place the name, and then you go and you place a bomb. I made a mistake because I should place. I didn't write bomb correctly. Yep, you got Ditto. Alright, so revive, so her ultimate. Revive all allies with 50% HP and 50% turn meter, which is really good revive. If Horus is revived by this ability, place Radiance 2 on him for 2 turns. Now, her Awakening 5, after reviving, place Immortal on all allies for 2 turns. So that's super strong. So if one person dies, you revive, you place Immortal on everyone. And her passive. At the start of this hero turn, remove all debuffs and all disables from the ally with the lowest HP at the start of this hero turn, so that's very good. Then heal them equal to 10% of this hero's max HP. So first thing I want to see, that I think she was placing more mends. I think she was changed a little bit, right? Because she wasn't placing mends only on core ability with her Awakenings. I think she was placing mends also on her A1 or something. Okay, that's interesting. That's interesting. I think there's a change. I don't think she is overly OP. I think she's good, but I don't think she's like that OP. So I wanna go with through the Fishing King again. Because I did really like his kit. So anyone who missed that. So this is another Eternal Champion, Fisher King. So on his basic attack, attacks one enemy, place Vanish on the ally with the lowest HP for 2 turns. And Vanish is not super strong, but this is the weakest part of his kit, and anything else just makes up for that. Now his core ability. Place Immortal and Shield 300% defense on all allies for 2 turns. Awakening 1. Immortal and Shield cannot be removed when placed by this ability, which is insane. Now his ultimate. Equalize the HP of all allies to the ally with the most HP. If allies are above 50% HP, then permanently increase the damage they inflict to enemies by 10%, stacks up to 3 times. So that's 30%. If allies are below 50% then HP, then permanently decrease the damage they receive by 10%, stacks up to 3 times, that is 30%, will persist across each wave. But now if you get Awakening 5, heal 200% defense the ally with the highest HP and increase the stack limit by 2. So now instead of 3 stacks you have 5 stacks. Now you can do 50% more damage and reduce 50% damage coming to you. Absolutely bonkers. And now we got his passive, which you can't see. Passive. Let me open because I have another page. And now his passive. When Immortal prevents an ally's death, increase their HP, attack and defense by 5%, stacks up to 6 times. So you can have 30% more damage. I mean attack, HP and defense. Now funny enough, when you have attack Awakening 3, prevents the duration of Immortal from being reduced when preventing death. Which is really strong. Gain 30% divinity when placing Immortal. Gain 60% when this hero is attacked when under Immortal. Alright. Quite good champion. Quite a good champion, I have to say. And anyone, if you want to trigger and open your... If you want to have avatar, you just need to type something in chat. That's how your avatar will appear. Now let's go to Raven Paros. It works. If you know the name of the character you want to be, you can change. Yeah. That's not much gacha, that's cheating, but you can do that. Okay, let me change for opera. But where is the opera here? If for some reason it's disappearing, it's there, but then it disappears. Okay. Let me close it and open again. Okay, let's do Firefox. If that works. Okay. So we got quite few here, but most of them are not updated. The new ones, but Morrigan is updated. I think her kit is I don't know if this is actual kit or not, but attacks one enemy, 200% attack, because she is absolutely crazy. She has probably 100% chance to place initiative down 2 on the target for 1 turn, then place Dark Trilogy. And Dark Trilogy is each stack decrease the damage inflicted by 5%, stacks up to 5 times. So this is 25% damage decrease, and can only be removed when this hero casts their ultimate, right? So you'll be stacking those quicker than they can cast ultimates, I can guarantee you that. Sorry, when, okay. Their ultimate, and then if the hero casts ultimate, all the stacks are removed. At the max stacks, also decrease speed and initiative by 10%. So that's her basic, which is really strong, especially for basic. Now, her core ability. Places 2 stacks of Dark Trilogy, so again, on all enemies, then attacks all enemies. Does some damage with 75%, which is booked to 100% to place Despair, which is really good disabled, on each target for 1 turn. If the target is a boss, place speed down 2 on the target for 2 turns instead, which is really good. So it's not wasted. Now ultimate. Removes all buffs from all enemies. Then attack all enemies 3 times. The first hit has 80% booked to 100%. I think it's 100%. We don't know 100%. Chance to place Drain 2 on each target for 2 turns. The second hit has 80% probably booked to 100% chance to place Defense down 2 for each target for 2 turns. The third hit has 80% chance probably booked to 100% chance to place attack down 2 on each target for 2 turns. Gain 50 divinity when dealing damage to enemies under their Dark Trilogy, which is really nice. Very cool, yeah. And then her passive. When an enemy receives a buff, reduce its duration by 1 turn. When an enemy receives a debuff, increase its duration by 1 turn. Now we don't see awakenings here. I don't remember the awakenings here, but I think that this couldn't be resisted or something, because this is like old version. I'm not sure, but she is eternal and she's really good. But looking at Vivian, her awakenings are so good that she gained a lot of value in my eyes. But I think I prefer Apollo. But it's just a painful. That's why I probably will play on both accounts. 1 Apollo, 1 Vivian, 1 Heimdall. Maybe Apollo more. I see if I can reroll, then I'll try reroll too. Because if I'm able to reroll, that's gonna be a good thing to do. Yeah, you don't need any copies for Apollo because his awakenings are quite bad and he's the best at first copy, yeah. Exactly. Alright folks, so that's it for today. Thanks for tuning in. And I'll catch up with you later. Hasta luego guys. Thank you.